What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Untamed Outdoorsmen. And today we are back with another video in the garage, going over something that I've been meaning to purchase for a long time, and I finally pulled the trigger on it. This is something that I've kind of seen a growing need for in my fishing, I guess you want to call it career. But in my time fishing, I've noticed that I've needed a combo like this more and more and more. And this is going to be an all-purpose setup. So we have a rod here, we have a reel here, we have some line here, but this is going to be an all-purpose setup for my fishing trips. So a lot of you might be thinking and asking the question, Connor, you have all of those combos catered to specific baits. Why are you buying an all-purpose combo? That seems a little redundant. At first glance, yeah, it does kind of seem redundant. However, this combo that we have here, this all-purpose combo that we built, is going to be for situations where we need to pack light and we cannot bring a lot of rods with us. So situations like bank fishing, situations like taking the small blue Lifetime Tetons that we've been using in some videos, taking the bass boat like we've seen in some videos, situations where we cannot bring all of our rods is where we are going to be using this all-purpose setup. So in situations where we take the Native Titan X, our main fishing vessel, we're going to be using our main rods. But in situations where we can't and we have to pack light with less rods, less tackle, this combo is going to be for that. So just to give you guys some reasoning why we're doing this with all the other combos. Okay, we're going to start with the line and the reel here. And this is kind of, I guess, my recommendation for an all-purpose setup if you're looking for something like that. And we'll start with the reel. So this is the Shimano Curado 200 HD, which is technically the Curado M, I believe now. That's the name of the reel, the Curado M 200 HG. And let's take it out of the packaging here. So we have all of our paperwork. And this is a relatively new model reel. The last generation was the Shimano Curado K. I have two of those and I love them. But this new Curado M is great. It's a little bit lighter. It has the MGL spool in it, which is a big deal for me. I love the MGL spools. They work really good for like lighter baits. And this is the 200 size. So could you get away with a 150 size for all purpose? Absolutely you could. But for me, I like the 200 just because it gives me a little bit more variety, I guess, to be able to throw things. I can throw like 3/8, quarter ounce, crankbaits and things like that on this. But I can also throw like your medium to slightly heavy duty swim baits. Not going into like those large 3+ ounce glide baits, but those smaller like 6-inch trace, Berkeley Nessie, things like that. I can throw them on this. And like larger whopper ploppers, I can throw them on this too. 150 size is absolutely okay, but for me, I like having a 200 size for all purpose because I believe it can do slightly more compared to a 150. But that's why I picked it. Right-handed reel here, and this is the 7.4:1 gear ratio. So kind of the middle of both spectrums, I guess. 8+ gear ratios for things like frogs, things like jigs, like Texas rigs, things like that. I like having higher gear ratios. Lower gear ratios are great for things like crankbaits, spinnerbaits, chatterbaits. Some topwater. I kind of like a 7 gear ratio for topwater, but having that 7 kind of gives you a middle ground for both sides of that spectrum. So that's what I like. And, I'm a big fan of these. I love Shimano's. They're my favorite reel company out there. Yeah, I mean, the Shimano Curado M, I don't anticipate this being a bad reel for us whatsoever. And probably be on the channel for a very long time. And this is the new line that they have. This is the Shimano Mastiff line. Mastiff. Shimano Mastiff line. This is actually a promotion with Tackle Warehouse. You can get this for like $5 and it was like 30. And the reviews of this are excellent. It seems to hold up really good long term. A lot of people seem to like this line, but this is 14-pound line, 200 yards of it. Again, that really good middle ground. And this also has the nano armor technology, which lasts a lot longer compared to other fluorocarbons on the market. But yeah, that's the reel setup here for my all-purpose, the Shimano Curado M 200 HG and the Shimano Mastiff 14-pound fluorocarbon. Let's get to the rod here. This rod, again, this just kind of comes down to personal preference on like brand and stuff, but I like 7-foot medium heavies when I'm trying to throw all-purpose baits. 7-foot medium heavy, I believe that like I said, we're going for what can cover the most amount of baits. What can handle the most amount. So this is where I believe 7-foot medium heavy excels. Is that all-purpose, trying to throw as much as you possibly can only bring 2 rods with you. That's where I recommend this. But the rod is a Dobyns Sierra series. So as many of you know, I love my Dobyns rods. I swear by them. I think they're great, great rods. And the Sierra series is one that I've grown to really like. It's one step up from the Dobyns Fury, and I think it's a fantastic rod. The Sierra series is really good. They do have a little bit softer action tips than what they advertise, but I really like that. I think this is a really great rod. I have another one of these. It's a 7'3" medium heavy, and I love it. I think it's my most used rod so far this year, but yeah, really, really cool here. So yeah, guys, this is my new all-purpose setup. Like I said, we're going to be using this in situations where we can't bring a lot of rods. So situations like bank fishing, situations like small kayak fishing in Bruce's Lifetime Tetons, taking the bass boat out, doing all of those things that, I can't bring a bunch of rods with me. I think that's where this is going to shine. I think this is a really, really nice setup, a really solid setup here, and I am a big fan, and I'm very excited to start using this here very, very soon. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you guys are able to see my all-purpose setup here. Again, this is not like a review by any means, but I do think this is going to be a really good one, and we are doing a lot more small kayak fishing, a lot more situations where we can't bring as much tackle as we used to be able to. So I think this is going to start to see a little bit more use. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.